I just want to start off by saying sorry to all our viewers and to the people that watch the channel on YouTube.
I'm very sorry for Juan's incompetence.
I'm very sorry because Kevin, listen, me and Kevin have been doing this a long time now, okay? Like 6-ish months. Or more than 6 months.
More than 6 months.
Like 10 months probably.
Yep.
9 months.
Yep.
And you know, one time I told Kevin to set up the camera. One time, audience.
Didn't.
Hey. The grown-ups are speaking, okay? I let him one time set up the fucking camera, and bro sets up the camera as if Yao Ming is fucking recording us, bro. Like, where the fuck did you
That's
think?
where you had it, and I asked you to bring it down.
No, but the problem is that I have it, but it's facing us. That shit was slanted. No one was in the... That wasn't even, like, remotely in the middle.
If you put your phone down and stop looking at IG baddies when I said, does this look okay? Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe.
If I put my phone down... We record on my phone. We record on my phone.
Well, I don't know.
We literally record on my phone.
What are you distracted by that you couldn't
Dude,
look?
Maybe because I'm the fucking sole producer of this god-awful show.
Okay.
Maybe because I'm over here tweaking the fucking microphones.
Oh, tweaking the microphones?
Because Kevin likes to fucking whisper into his mic like the Three Little Men. Like, I don't know what you want me to... The Three Little Blind Mice. I don't know what the fuck they're called. But fuck them. I fucking hate those mice now. Because you fucking reminded me day in and day out that you don't know how to set up a goddamn camera. And this is a goddamn shame because we've been doing this for 10 goddamn months. And I'm sorry to use my Lord's name in vain.
Your Lord. Oh, yeah,
but
you're not my Lord.
But holy man, that's something I really had to get off my chest because I looked on that episode and I was thinking, I was like, who's gonna watch this?
Man, I was like, yo, he really don't want to check this, and that's crazy. But it is what it is.
The time has passed, and we are here.
We had our fist fight.
Episode. What is it? What even episode is this?
30
something, and we're in our 30s,
yay.
bro. We're pushing 40. We're getting closer to the end of our lives.
We gotta have a bathtub stream on the 50th episode.
A bathtub episode?
Yeah.
Kevin, I don't think you're down. Like, can I say that? Like, I just don't think
you don't think I'm down?
I don't think you're down.
Why wouldn't I be down?
I just don't think either of our careers will ever be normal again if we post a video on the internet of us
swimming
in the bathtub together.
Oh. Okay.
But who cares?
Let's get an inflatable pool.
Okay. Well, before we start the podcast, I want to say congratulate. You know, it's graduation season.
Oh, yay. Everybody.
Shout out all the graduates. If you're graduating from my alma mater, shout out all the Rutgers alum.
Shout out the cum lords.
Shout out the cum lords. Shout out the cum ladies. Shout out the cum laddies.
Traffic is crazy.
We fuck with everybody graduated, and it just brings up this point, you know, that I've wanted to share recently. Okay, so there's a lot of talk on the interwebs, and it's a recurring theme on our podcast, I'd even say, because we have a lot of college grads, we have a lot of college dropouts, and there's this idea that college is a scam. Okay, what do you think?
I think there is scamishable things going on, but I think there's always going to be some value you can get out of it. But it also like, you know, there's two extremes.
Yes.
Where it's like people that are going into stupid amount of debt to go work to be like some manager at a low paying job. It's like, why did you do it? Or just not even use your degree? Like, what was the point? You could have just learned that shit on Google.
But also, I just think like, okay, those people weren't scammed. Listen, I'm not saying this. Go. Say what you
I already
say.
lost my train of thought, bro. It's over.
Okay, well, I'm not saying this to say like you need to go to college because I don't agree that you need to go to college, and I'm not saying this to like shit on like the students. And I'm not saying this in favor of higher education or institutions because I do think institutions should be in fucking jail for what they did during COVID, and institutions should be paying egregious fines for all the fucking bullshit they made us go through.
If college was ever a scam, it was during COVID.
It was during COVID.
Bro, motherfuckers were charging me like. That's when I dropped. I was like, ain't no way.
Yeah.
They were charging me like $2,000 for on-campus fees when I was not able to be on campus. Like, bro.
My favorite part, like, I think we're just stuck in this like capitalistic mindset. I know we're kind of like piggybacking off the last pod where me and Kevin came out as communists. But I do think we're stuck in such a capitalistic society where like people only see the monetary value of shit and they're like, you don't need college to be a millionaire. You don't need this, that, and the third. And the truth is, you don't. But if we're going to go off those stupid ass fucking numbers, like statistically speaking, like more millionaires went to college.
Yeah.
You know what I
More
mean?
More people with money
yeah,
got an education.
like have some sort of degree. They're gonna be like, oh, but Steve Jobs didn't go. I'm gonna be like, yes, but Steve Jobs, like, didn't he get into Harvard? Like, didn't he go for a couple like semesters?
That's what I'm saying, right? Like that's what I'm saying. There's two extremes. There's the people like, man, that shit is a scam.
If you went to college, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, like, bro, you are in crazy debt. Like, oh, I went for free. But like, no. But like, you didn't really learn nothing, and I was really out here working. And it's like, bro, like, 10 of your side hustles have crashed, bro. Like,
brother, you think we don't know that side hustles don't work? We have a fucking podcast. We should be the first ones advocating that this shit's a scam.
Or they'll be like, Albert Einstein, you know, he was shit at math, but he made it. No, he wasn't.
Yes.
He had bad grades, which does not mean he was shit at math. Bro just was too smart, so he just went, took the test, and then left.
Yeah, I think people like... It's fair because some people like don't want to like, you know, say that they like made a mistake, which is like, I'm not saying like going to college is a mistake or like not going to college is a mistake. I genuinely don't believe that at all. But I do think that it's a little like cope. Like you never hear people that like, well, you probably do. I don't want to say you never do, but like I think it's more like the people that didn't go to college, like shitting on people that went to college, and the people that went to college shitting on people that didn't go to college.
Yeah,
I feel like there's more of that. And I don't know why, but it's kind of funny. But if you graduated,
I think it's that victim ass mindset where it's like nobody believed in me. They told me I was crazy for dropping out, bro. You dropped out and started a 0 follower SoundCloud. Like no, like.
But yo, okay, but like let's start with this because I don't want you shitting on the SoundCloud folk. Because first of all, I'm a SoundCloud folk. I dropped an album called Throwaways. It did like 30 plays max.
Those 30 plays were me.
No,
I was supporting.
Listen, I dropped an album I think in like December, and it has like 30 plays max, and that's fine. You know, us SoundCloud rappers have to stick together, but that's the problem with. I don't want to say with the society because I hate like we live in a society. I hate that shit, right? But like, why does everything have to be about like money and success? And
it's rough out here, man.
I know, but it's like. That's the thing about people that are like, oh, you went and got all this debt and shit. It's like, what if you went and studied something you're super passionate about? Like, why can't someone go to school and study something they're super passionate about? And yeah, maybe when they fucking graduate, they don't have the highest paying job in the world and they might be in debt. But it's like, what if it's something they really wanted to get into and they could only do it with a degree? What if you wanted to be a psychologist? Like, you wanted to be a psychologist so fucking bad, right? Every single day since you were a little kid, you were like, Mom, I want to be a psychologist. Dad, I want to be a psychologist.
What a crazy dream.
Okay, but it's a dream that people have. And, you know, I know a lot of people with psychology degrees. Do they make a lot of money? No. Do they like what they do? Maybe not anymore. But why are they crazy to follow that dream? The same way we follow a dream in, like, making a fucking podcast that gets, 40 listens? Like why can't they be so fucking passionate about a career in academia or even, dude, you know how many people that like have PhDs don't make shit money and they're just fucking passionate about research and about learning, and those people amounted crazy amounts of debt to pursue a fucking PhD, doctorates of research.
Y'all could turn up. Me, I'm gonna sit back.
I get what you're saying.
That's just a lot. I don't know. For me, just because from getting raised really poor and just like everything revolving around money.
Yeah.
Going into something or pursuing something that like the monetary value isn't like through the roof, especially when you're like putting in the time, putting like how hard it is to like go through courses, finals, and everything. To just come out and be like, yeah, but I'm not gonna use it. I just really like what I study. I was like, you could have learned that shit on YouTube. That's how.
But go ahead.
I was gonna say, but obviously there's people you can get exposed to in college that you wouldn't normally meet online or like other stuff where like you could learn a different way, like interactive with a group of people, like what it is. Like everybody's interested in what you want to know. It's just not you listening to somebody on like a screen.
But also the problem with that, like you can learn it outside of class. My problem with that statement, which is true, you can learn a lot of shit outside of your classroom. You can learn a lot of shit. Like, I'm sure I'm not, and I genuinely believe I'm not smarter than anybody. I genuinely believe this. Like, I'm not smarter than anyone. I'm not better than anybody. I just recently had this conversation with my sister because I was telling my sister, like, I really think she should go to law school. And she was like, oh, I'm not smart enough. And I was like, you got a 4.0. She was like, yeah, but I went to the School of Social Work. And I was like, still, like, oh, I don't want to dox my sister's name. But I was like, sister. I was like, you can't, like, say you're smarter or dumber based off the school you went to, because that's not how that works. The same way you're better at psychology, someone was better at math and science, and that doesn't make
their whole way and they're stupid.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't make anybody any smarter than you. They just, if I liked math, if I liked psychology the way I liked math and science, I probably would have been a better student in psychology, and maybe I would have studied something in psychology. If my sister was better at math and science, she maybe would have studied something in math and science. But saying like, oh, I took an easy major, like I don't deserve it. Like everyone is so deserving. But my thing, going back to what you said about like I can learn it outside of the classroom. Well, yes, you can. What a lot of people don't understand, which like, you know, as we get older and we get further away from like still being able to like maintain ourselves with like part-time jobs or like that job you've had since high school, you know what I mean? So many of those positions that you want to get into are locked behind degree barriers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, and of course, and I'm not, but if you want to, like, let's say if you want to be a doctor, you have to go to school.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's my thing. It's like me personally, I think for stuff like that, like, of course, you're not gonna be like, I watched Grey's Anatomy, so like I can operate on people. I was like, oh, the good doctor taught me a lot, so I can go like do an operation. But it's like, if like you're going to study like, I don't know, like something, like some history, bro, like history of whatever. It's like, bro, you could like you did not need to pursue that, like. You didn't need to. It's not something that you needed to do by like especially if you're gonna go into crazy amount of debt.
But if you want to be a history teacher,
that's cool. But I'm
how
saying,
will you do that?
But that's what I'm saying. There's people that like.
But no one
enjoy
goes
that degree. Come on, man.
Unless you're like coming from rich, because I've met kids like that are like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna like. So I've met kids that are like the kids of the CEO of like a Fortune 500 company. That they're like, oh yeah, my father told me I needed to get a degree, or else I couldn't take over the company or some shit. Or not CEO, but like founders of like huge companies that they're like, oh yeah, my dad told me I needed to get a degree, so I got like a communications degree or something. Which I'm not shitting on communications majors.
I am.
But I'm just saying, like, I've met those people as well. But like the person that goes to study history isn't going because it's because they want a career in history that they can't attain. Motherfucker, if I go to a high school and I'm like, oh, I know a lot about history, I learned it off YouTube, they're not hiring me. Like if I go to be like the historian for like an institution or the historian in like a fucking museum, you think they're gonna be like, oh, what do you know about the 17th century? I'm gonna be like, well, I know this, that, and the third. Oh, great, you know all this stuff. Now, where's your anthropology degree? Like, where's your history degree? Where are the facts to back it up? History, I guess. Whatever. I just wanted to give a quick little shout out to all the graduates.
Yeah, congratulations. You made it.
And all the people that didn't graduate, we still love you too. Okay? A little less, but we still love you. I'm joking. We love you the same. Okay. No. We actually don't love any of you. This isn't that type of relationship.
I actually don't care. This is why Juan's talking. I'm not.
No, we care because it's nice. Like, give people their props. You know how crazy? You know, like when I got my degree for the first time and I looked at it and I was like, wow, this solidifies like 16 years of education. Like, isn't that like a crazy stat? That really is. I've been in school in America since I was 4 years old. And at 22, I got the highest form of education I'll ever get, which was my engineering degree.
No, it's not. You could keep going.
But I'm not going back to school.
You just...
Maybe, okay.
You're a liar.
So I've played...
Why do you lie?
No, okay. Because I don't want to talk about it on the podcast because, like, I feel like if I don't... Like, I don't like to... That's why I don't tell people certain things because, like, I don't want it. It's like the thing with you that you don't want to talk about on this podcast, okay? There are certain things that I don't want to talk about because then if I don't do it, people are going to be like, oh, he was just talking. Like, he was just talking.
No, it's not. I think it's cool.
But
it's like something that could be, right? So like it's like it's something they'd be like, it's potential.
Yes, but it's like kids saying that they're pre-med but aren't actually going to medical school. You know what I mean?
What
like,
bozos, man.
People fucking like, you know what pisses me off? I think I've said this on the podcast before, but that actually pisses me off. Like I was watching the fucking Phase 1 challenge, right? You remember the Phase 1 challenge? Well, for those of you that aren't familiar, the Phase 1 challenge, they took a bunch of people, like they narrowed it down to like 20 people, and then they put them in the phase warehouse. And there was one girl there, right? I'm not shitting on her or anything of the sort, right? But she kept telling people she was pre-med, okay? Pre-med only counts if you're actually going to medical school after, you know? But it's like, if I'm studying biology, like, but I don't have any plans of going to med school, stop saying you're pre-med. And it's not a pretentious thing, but it's like, I know people are saying it to sound smarter.
Right.
Because but it's like, you don't have to do that. Like, we all know what this is. And maybe she's going to med school. Maybe I should just shut the fuck up. But like I don't know. Maybe it's a pretentious thing.
I'm becoming a mathematician the whole time. It's like they're studying statistics.
You're getting an algebra degree. But so just to put it out in the world, I guess I am playing with the idea of medical school.
Why?
Because
you want to help people. You like people.
I do like people, and I don't think wanting to help people is a good enough reason to go into anything. Like I'm not a fucking superhero. Like I'm not like Spider-Man. I'm not saving the city. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to ever use like I want to help people because it's like a corny.
I feel like no. I feel like in a job like that where you're like literally a doctor, like I feel like you need to have mindset, man.
No, but I do. That's the thing. But like I'm not saying that like my sole purpose. It's like I'm not a savior, you know what I mean? Like I don't want to go in there and be like, "Oh, I'm saving everybody." Like I'm studying for you guys. Like no, I'm studying for me. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I do want to help people a lot, and I want to study like I want to do oncology. I want to do like study of cancer or whatever. Like be a doctor of cancer.
Bro, studying cancer because he doesn't want it.
You know, like. Imagine I get in and people are like, just look at your notes, bro. Yeah. Like, but no, knock on wood, that's crazy fucking joke. But I've just toyed with the idea of it. I've toyed with the idea of going back to grad school. It's just a bunch of. It's like I'm at the age, right? Like we were talking about it. We'll talk about what happened this past weekend. But we're at the age where like we're so young, but like a lot of people think that we're fucking old. Like not a lot of people. I mean like. As in, like, a consensus of people across our age group?
I think it because as a society, we're like, motherfuckers will think that 30 is old. That is not old.
It's not old. Yeah. And I think the older we get, the more we, like, allow that to be a regular age to us. Because definitely when I was, like, we talked on the pod, when we were, like, 14, we were, like, 22 is fucking ancient. 25 is ancient.
And then you hit 20, I'm like, damn, I don't feel that much different.
Bro,
now we're fucking 23, and I'm like, oh, shit, like... We're 20 fucking 3.
Yeah. Bro, when my sister got married, she was 23 years old.
Damn.
I was
she
17.
Went up to you, bro. How are you going to let her one up to
Dude,
you?
That's what I'm... But like, they say comparison is the thief of joy. I completely agree. It really is. But it's hard when, like, it's, like, right there. It's like, oh, my sister's already married. But then I talked to... So I'm thinking about a career change, too. Not necessarily, like, out of engineering. But that's why I'm even, like, toying with the idea of grad school and medical school. Because, like, I've been thinking about a career change. And I've been, like, really worried. Because I'm, like, there are some things I want to do. But they might pay me less. And I don't want to make less money. I want to make good money. I don't want to lose my time. But I talked to my brother-in-law, you know. And he was telling me, he was like, Juan, you're so fucking young. And I believe that to be true. Like, I know in my heart that's true because I talked to my sister's friends who are a lot older than me, and they tell me they want to, like, start a podcast or something. I'm like, yo, do it. You're so young. And they're like, Juan, you just told us you were old, and you're fucking 23. And I'm like, yes, because, like, in my head, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It's just, like, I'm just rambling, to be honest. But it's
hard not to want to speed run life. I feel
it's so hard to... It's so fucking hard to pace yourself at this life shit.
You know why it's hard? It's because up until, well, I don't know about you, but like up until like graduating, whether it be high school or college, once life starts, milestones are very hard to find.
They disappear. Like there's no such thing.
Time disappears. Like time just like it feels like it's moving forward because there's not something like, oh, in 3 years I'll have this. Like for a fact, you know, you might get a promotion, you might go to a different job, but it's like stuff that just happens. Like, oh my god, your company should like is laying people off, so now you have to do it. It's not something that's like, okay, I have this in 5 years I'm gonna graduate and go here. In 10 years I'm gonna be moving on to this city and do this. Like, you don't fucking know what's happening.
And there's no markers. There's nothing to tell you that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Like when you fucking little, you knew you were doing okay because you went to the next grade.
Or you got a good grade.
Like, but like now, there's no more markers of and not that I need to be judged on my performance, but I also need to know that I'm on the right path. Like recently what I did, I went and looked at all my old classmates' LinkedIn, like all the ones I went to engineering school with, and we all had similar named roles. So I was like, okay, I'm doing okay. Like, and I didn't do that for comparison. I also did that just to see what kind of careers I can get with my degree, because you don't even know the possibilities. Like you might see somebody with a title and be like, You got that with this degree?
How did you become a ninja?
Yeah, I know. But like literally, you see some like outrageous shit, and it's not. I swear to God, I don't do it for comparison, for the sake of comparison. Like, oh, he's doing better than me. I do it just to like make sure I'm not, because no one fucking tells you. That's it. They throw you to the wolves, and of course, there's like programs and there's people that have done it before you. But especially being like a first generation person that's doing this thing, it's like I don't even know what my career looks like in 10 years.
It's also a little hard because like school was a little different, but I feel like college is also at fault here. Every 6 months you changed, uh, whether it be like you went to the next grade, you changed the semester, like different people in your classes, different people, different courses or whatever. But once you have a job, you're like, oh shit, like 6 months passed, and you're like, I'm still here. It's not bad. A year passes. Yeah, it's like a year passes, but like, I'm still here. I'm still seeing the same faces. Maybe one new person was added, but like, is that bad? Is that good? Like, should I be leaving? Should I be changing? So I feel like that's really hard.
That's the biggest thing too. It's like you see, and it's not, and again, it's not even comparison for the sake of like to compete. It's comparison just to see like, yo, I've been at my same job for 2 years. Like all my coworkers have gone up and left. Like, why am I still here? Or I was talking to my coworkers today about this, and one of them said something that was like so fucking true. But like they said something there, and I was like, oh, like I don't know, I made some type of joke. They're like, Juan, but like realistically, you really know me. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, we spend more time together than we do with our families. Like we spend every single day together, like 5 days out of the week, 8 hours of the week. We spend 40 hours a week together. That's more than like some of us spend with our families. You know what I mean? Like you get home, cook, and go to sleep. Mm-hmm. What time do you have for friends? Like we see our coworkers more than we see our friends. And it's fucking crazy to think about that shit. Because now, I forgot who I was telling this to. But I think, I forgot who. But I was just like, oh, now it's work till you die. That's it. Like
that's the last milestone.
That's the last milestone. Death. It's just fucking death. Like, what? There's no fun in that.
Well, I don't want to say like, but then like the other life milestones could be like, oh my God, getting in a relationship, getting married, having a child, buying a house, retiring your parents, just something like that. Or like some, like, but then anything else after that is like, oh my God, the next milestone is a major death in my life. Like somebody's going to die.
Maybe if you have kids, like you can celebrate their milestones, I guess, right? Or is that greedy and selfish?
I feel like that's
But boring. It gives you something to live for. Like, am I gonna live for my fucking job? No. My whole fucking life? I don't want to live for my job.
I don't want to live for a child either.
But what are you living for after all is said and done? Are you living for yourself? Are you living for your partner? Are you living for what are you living for? Like actually, like
I'm gonna go kill myself.
But isn't it? Don't. And this is getting really pessimistic, and I don't mean it to be.
That's exactly why.
But it's a matter of like pursuit of happiness. The movie The Pursuit of Happiness, whatever, right?
I like that movie.
I never watched it.
You're trash.
But it really is the pursuit of happiness because it's like, it's like once all the money is gone, once you don't have a job, once all of that is gone, like what do you have? What's left?
Back pain.
If all you have is your job, like what are you doing? And that's where like friendship comes in. That's where like the relationships you build come in, and like try to give yourself meaning. But how hard is it to like not get so wrapped up in wanting to, like you said, speed run fucking life? Like I'm 23 now, and I'm scared about a career change because I'm like I'm saying I lost, but not really because it's still like experience. But I'm like, oh, I lost time of my life that I'm not getting back, and that's fucking scary. But realistically, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, yeah, I used to think like that too, but I think I mentioned it where it's like, I was pursuing engineering, and then like something in the I can't think. I've been out of school, like math, science, engineering. What is that fucking called? STEM. Holy fuck. STEM, like pursuing STEM, and I was like, I don't really like. I like it as a concept, but I don't actually like it in practice or like going to these courses and stuff. But then I was like, oh my God, I spent so much of my fucking life worrying about like pursuing something in STEM, where it felt very scary to like throw that away and then move on to something else. But like you still learned, like you still like kept up with it. But there's people that are like, oh, I mean, we talked about this before, the sunken cost effect.
I don't remember.
The sunken cost fallacy, where it's like
sunken
sunken cost fallacy. Yeah, where it's like you spend so much time on something, or like you're like, oh, I have to see it through because everything would be a waste when that time's already gone.
We talked about it in terms of relationships, but now we can apply it to jobs too.
Yeah, no, that's true. Like it's like people that are like pursuing like med school, and like they went 10 years through med school, and then on the last like
I don't know if med school is 10 years.
To get there, and then on the last year they're like, damn, I actually
don't know if I like this shit.
I don't want to do this, but it's like, well, I have to see it through now. But like it's like if you already don't like it, like at that point, like do you want to just continue to be unhappy or try for something else?
But it is a scary thing to try to balance that. And listen, for all of you that are still in college and haven't graduated yet, I'm sorry that we are scaring you. I promise it's not this scary, and I promise people have it way more figured out than us. But I don't ever
Maybe
like.
you're just like us.
Maybe you're just,
and this is your future.
yeah, and maybe you're just gonna be a freaked out 23-year-old your whole. Well, you're still 22.
Yeah.
Well, you're gonna be in your mid 20s. We're not even in our. You're gonna be in your early 20s, freaking the fuck out. And I don't know. I know I talk a lot on this podcast, and I'm sure the image I portray of myself isn't one of someone who has it figured out. But I want people to know I don't have it figured out. You know, I don't.
The scariest part is that like, the more we age, the closer we're gonna be hanging out with parents of kids instead of the kids, which is like crazy to me.
What, you still hang out with kids?
No, like, but it's like oh yeah, like my parents are over there, but like in a few years it's gonna be like, yeah, I'm the parents, or like we're just gonna be talking to friends who are parents, and it's like, wow, that's kind of insane. No,
You said you think that's exciting?
no, I said that's insane.
Oh, that like one day our friends will have kids.
Yeah, like it's like the friend group is now like parents, but oh shit.
Like oh, can we hang out this weekend? Yeah, but I have to bring Kevin Jr. I'll be like,
Oh.
fuck that kid. Who the
For
hell
real?
is that? Oh, beat the fuck out Kevin Jr. Don't bring him around here.
Sad.
That is a little crazy to think about. Like one day our friends will be parents, and oh man, I can see a lot of people being parents, except for you. But I mean,
that whatever child spawns out of that would be a fucking monster.
but that goes into what we did this past weekend, where we listen.
Had
Kevin always,
kids.
yeah, yeah. Well, let's get away from being so fucking serious. This past weekend, me and Kevin
connected with nature.
Yes. We touched grass, and let me tell you, overrated. Let me tell you, I used to think I was one of
graphics
nature.
are not HD out there.
Listen, we not just me and Kevin, you know, a bunch of our friends, a lot of people that were on this podcast, Miguel, Julian, Lewis were all there. If you guys remember the EMT guy, the I was gonna call him the McDonald's guy, but that's fucked up.
The gay guy?
The sauce guy, because the clip that we used for Julian was the sauce.
Okay, it was also like he was also like gay in a clip,
Okay, but that I'm not using that as his defining characteristic.
okay, the McDonald's guy.
Yes, I didn't say that because he worked at McDonald's. I was saying that because the clip we used was one of him talking about the sauce.
Okay.
And I said Lewis about the EMT because the episode was literally called EMTs.
Yeah, and Miguel talked about
And Miguel was
the
here
ages.
too. But listen, we went out this past weekend, and we still haven't gone clubbing, and I don't know when that will be.
GG, bro.
I'm not a planner, but we're gonna figure something
I
out.
believe it.
We're gonna figure something out. But we went fishing.
We did go fishing. What an
That-
experience.
I thought I was gonna have way more to say about this, but I don't even know what to say
We went
about.
paddle boating. That was cool.
I wasn't on a paddle boat.
You didn't go on a paddle boat, but like that shit was like low key. Either two options, and either one could be true. Cause like while we were paddle boating, like towards like the middle, I was like, damn, like this shit is getting hard to fucking paddle.
Yeah.
And then like afterwards, I was talking because like it was me and my girlfriend paddling, and afterwards she was like, oh really? I felt like so light the whole time. I'm like, there's two options. Either my legs are fucking weak, or I was putting in all the fucking work.
You were putting all the fucking.
Like that shit was hard to put. I was like, damn, my fucking knees. Like this shit is hurting.
No, I knew I didn't want to go on those paddle boats because one time I went on a paddle boat. For those of you that aren't familiar with what paddle boats are, they're like boats that have the bicycle pedals,
Yeah.
and then you pedal. They're like
You
pedal
bike
boats.
in the water.
Yeah, you bike in the water. Okay,
It's
they're
fun.
like usually little swans or whatever.
Yeah.
But last time I was on one of those, it was at Bear Mountain Lake. Okay, this was,
Okay.
I don't know where this is. It's somewhere in New York, New Jersey. I don't fucking remember. La Montaña del Oso. That's what they call it because
The
it's Bear Mountain.
Mountain.
Okay, it was like a scene from the fucking Titanic. When I tell you everyone's fucking boats were sinking that day, I am not lying to you. There was this, oh my God, there was this group. There was these two ladies, right? These two older ladies that were on the side, right? Because it was probably like a man-made lake or whatever. But on one of the sides there was just rocks because it was like a mountain. So it was like the side though. It wasn't like, it was like mountains that like it's like this. It's like a steep mountain.
How many water bottles for a man-made lake?
I don't know. That's a terrible question. I fucking despise it. But listen, there was like a fucking wall of lake. Like there was a wall of mountain, right?
Okay.
And their boat was sinking. Mind you, they're two like old ladies.
R.I.P.
So they start like screaming for help. Mind you, we're already, me and my dad are on a swan boat too, like paddling or whatever. So then these two dudes like hear the ladies yelling and they jump in the water to save them.
Wow.
Yeah,
And they got him too.
yeah, that was a very anticlimactic story. But I just don't like.
Were they saved? Did they die?
I don't remember anymore. I assume that they were.
If you
fine.
blocked it out of your memory, I don't. That sounds like a bad ending.
No, but then me and my dad rode all the way to the one side of the lake, and then we were trying to get back. But the thing is, the wind was pushing the opposite direction.
Dang, y'all were pedaling in place.
So we were pedaling for a hot ass fucking minute trying to get back to the mainland, and it took us like 45 minutes to get back. So those boats were probably like a 30-minute thing. It took us like an hour and a half because so many people's boats were fucking sinking, by the way. Like it was fucking insane. But that's what, after that day I've decided to never ever again go on a paddle boat. Thank you very much.
Really? I had a good time. We were just chilling.
I had a good time
After
too.
a while it was like, damn though, like y'all want to keep paddling? Oh, okay, yeah. I wasn't gonna bitch though, you know. I'd be like,
I would have bitched.
I gotta see it through. Be like, damn, all right, we'll keep going.
I would have complained.
Now I wanted to go so fast, and like that, I think that's what tired me out at the beginning. I was like, we didn't really go that fast.
Yeah,
I was like, damn,
I think
this shit is not moving.
I don't think it's a fast boat that you can actually do that kind of thing. We also went fishing.
Yeah, we got to. I don't recall. Like, bro, they said teach a man to fish, bro. I forget.
That's so funny. Teach a man to fish. Listen.
I didn't recall any information that I learned. I did I remember how to cast a line.
Yeah.
That's it. But like getting to the rod.
I don't know how to fix a rod. I barely know how to reel in a fucking rod.
We didn't even catch a fish.
And
we caught seaweed.
Yeah, I caught no fucking fish. I caught zero fucking fish. And we were there. They went on the paddle boats. We stayed fishing. And I didn't catch a single thing. And I was kind of... Listen, fishing is probably really fun. And I enjoyed fishing, okay? I did have a good time. But I'm an impatient ass motherfucker, bro. Right. I can't do this, like, let me wait around. Maybe if I had a chair. So the thing about me, right? I could do anything if I'm sitting. And if we went one fishing spot over, there was a bench there. But no one wanted to go one fishing spot over. So we were stuck fucking standing the whole time. And let me tell you, man, this shit is just not for me. Like, this wilderness shit, it's like we were talking about hunter-gatherer.
Oh my God, that was a fucking funny
I fell into the water.
Bro, like, Juan was like, yo, Kevin, come here. We're about to go be on hunter-gatherer shit. Not even, 2 minutes into, like, walking on branches, and Juan falls in a small lake, in a small river.
Yeah.
And now you have to spend the whole day with a wet sock.
It happened at the beginning of the fucking day. That's the fucking worst part. It happened literally right at the beginning. If it happened at the end, who cares? But it happened right at the beginning. So I spent the whole day with a wet pants, a wet sock, and a wet shoe.
Yeah. And you know what's what? Like, you arrived later on, but we were there since 9 a.m. I think you arrived midday around there.
Probably noon.
Yeah. Bro, it took us 3 hours to start a fire.
Yeah. I don't know how.
Bad.
You guys told me that when I got there. I completely forgot that. How?
Bro, the fire kept dying. And we could not figure out why. It just kept dying. That's as much. We didn't, nobody brought a lighter. So we were using Miguel's flint and steel. I thought that shit was just a Minecraft thing. I didn't know that it was an actual fucking thing. And they're just trying to spark. And it took forever to spark a piece of paper, which was then thrown into the coal. And then it would oh my God, yay, fire. And then it just immediately, it would immediately die. And so I don't know who fixed it. Thank God they did. I contributed nothing. I was a passenger princess throughout that whole trip. I brought the groceries. That's what I did.
You brought the groceries?
Well, no, I didn't. I brought drinks.
You know what?
I brought the rice. That's what I did.
You know what the best part about arriving late? I didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. I feel bad because I wanted to bring shit. But they asked me to bring alcohol
and corn.
It was a Sunday. Alcohol stores don't open until noon.
What about corn?
I couldn't find any edible corn.
How do you not find corn?
All right, can I be honest on the podcast?
You didn't go look for corn.
I went to the supermarket, but there was no parking. And I was there for 15 minutes doing spins. And I was just over it.
I would have rather that than believe that there was a corn shortage.
Maybe you don't know. Maybe there was. I just didn't go into the store to find out. But it was just pissing me off because like I was at the supermarket trying to find parking and there was no parking.
I get it.
I spun the block for 15 minutes. I tried. I fucking tried. And then I just gave up. I told them, hey, you guys mind if I just go? They're like, nah, that's fine. Yeah. Well, Kevin told me if you want to wait till 12 to buy alcohol, and I was like, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right now. And I really contemplated staying.
And then why did you arrive like 40 minutes after? How far
I didn't. I got there at 12:10.
I feel like it took you a while.
It got there at 12:10. It was like fucking 30 minutes away. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I've always thought about that. Like, now that we know that we don't have any survivor skills, once this podcast...
No. Round 2 is going to be different.
No, but we should try to get on Naked and Afraid.
Why would I want to do that?
Because I think that will really test like how much we can do shit.
I'm not going to survive.
I think we would. I think... How long do you think you could survive on Naked and Afraid? You know what Naked and Afraid, right, is?
No.
Okay, so
I can imagine what it is.
Naked and Afraid is like... So kind of like the title says, you're both naked and probably afraid, but they drop you in like a jungle or like an island.
I promise you, if you ask me to just, it'd be so much easier to just ask me to get naked. Like if that's what, bro, if that's what the end goal is. We don't have to go to these extremes.
You know how I told you I really wanted you to see it, bro. Like this is my but. You know what I never understood about that series?
We don't have to be launched into the wilderness to be naked and afraid, bro.
I'll just lock the door right now. But no, what people always prioritize like making clothes on Naked and Afraid, and in my head I'm like, I would not be worried about that. You know what I mean?
Really?
I feel like that's like the last thing on my mind. The problem is, right? It's the same thing with nude beach. Would you ever go to a nude beach? Let's start there.
I don't know. It's never been on like my plate.
What do you mean? What
be like, oh, I need to go see a nude beach.
But no. I'm not saying to go and stare at people.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like just to participate in a nude beach.
You wouldn't be down.
I don't like the beach.
There's this hotel in
the nude hotel.
No, well, it's like I don't know where it is. I want to say India. If I'm wrong, please do not crucify me. But it's like a hotel where they like they allow like sex everywhere.
Damn.
So there's like cabanas like out in the open and people are just like having sex out in the open.
They hit the right market.
Would you do that?
No.
You don't think you would do that?
I don't think so. Like
you wouldn't be down for okay, this sounds crazy. But you wouldn't like that's not like something like that will like thrill you a little bit?
No, I don't
You're very vanilla, I feel like.
I am.
I feel like
Rice purity test, I think I hit a 99.
Is that good? I don't know what
I don't know if it's good or bad.
Someone once sent me that at my big age, like at 23. Someone sent me a rice purity test. They were like, "Oh, like take this," and I just responded, "I'm 23. Like I'm not taking a fucking purity test. I'm a grown ass fucking man." But me personally, I think I've said this on the podcast. No. I have performance anxiety. Okay, I don't think I will be able to do well if people are watching me. Even nude beaches. Like, I'm turtlenecked, okay? Like, I'm a grower, not a shower, okay? If I'm walking around, and I know people aren't walking around the nude beach, like, with their dicks hard, you know what I mean? Which I wouldn't, maybe, some people do. But I just don't understand, like, the logistics of nude beaches.
What do you mean?
Like, what is nude beach etiquette?
Be nude.
Yes. But, like, should I be nude from start to finish? Should I first find a place to sit and then get nude? Should I be waxed or shaved? Should my penis be hard? Like, is that something that, like, should be?
Maintaining a hard penis? Be like, bro, we got, like, 3 seconds left. Let's go.
Yeah. but realistically, like, what is the nude beach etiquette? I feel like that's really something that's not, like, studied enough. If you had a nude beach, right? Let's say you were the proud owner of a nude beach, a popular nude beach. What would your top 3 rules be? I got you a rule number 1. No clothes. Come on. I'm giving you a freebie here.
Be nude.
That's the rule. That's rule number 1. It's rule number 2 and 3.
As soon as you step foot on sand, everything comes off.
Okay.
Everything stays off.
You're a fucking creep.
What?
That sounds kind of creepy.
That's a nude beach, bro.
What? Can we go to one? Can we go to one?
Yeah, go for it, bro.
No. Can we?
Why would I want to go?
Like, I just want to like the experience. I don't understand.
I promise you, it'll be like this is interesting. 5 minutes in, be like, okay, so
let's go for 5 minutes and then leave.
What? What a trip.
Not even on some like creepy. Like I don't want you guys to think it's on some creepy shit either. Like I'm just genuinely curious. Like what goes on? Cause listen, I don't think people are fucking on a beach. Well, people might be, but can you imagine, like, me personally, right? I can imagine, like, having intercourse on the beach. That sounds like fun. Great time. Like, it sounds like a great time. Like, under the sun, like, no shade. Like, sounds like an amazing, beautiful time. But then you start thinking about all the sand.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we have different tastes, because that is crazy.
What do you mean?
It was like, I don't, sand, like, that shit sand better be in your ass crack, bro. I don't want that.
But you're not fucking directly on the sand, brother. You have a fucking mat.
Shit. Wind blows, bro.
And it's gonna where
I promise
you're
you, if
so
you're in a
boring.
nude beach, okay, cool.
Where's the craziest place you think you would allow? That's like not a bed. Where is the craziest place you think you'd be down? Would you be down ever, like in public? But like in public, but in secret. You know what I mean? Like in a supermarket, but like in the back aisle where no one can see you.
That is interesting.
Or like a library, like a public library. I don't know. I'm just giving you some ideas.
I don't think so.
You don't
Pretty
even
boring,
think,
bro.
So you don't think you could do any of that?
I don't think so. No. Just no. Just wait till you get home.
Would you ever even like in a car? Maybe.
I can imagine it being uncomfortable.
Can you speak up?
I said I can imagine it being
Oh
uncomfortable.
my god, you're like whispering.
Bro, I'm in my
off.
thoughts right now, bro. All right, you. Okay, let's ask you the same questions.
What are the questions? Can you ask me?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So like, what would be the craziest place that you would want to do it?
My bedroom.
Wow.
That's like I'm saving myself for marriage. So
Right.
if anyone's out there and is wondering about
And
me
wants to get married.
and wants to get married and divorced in a week or
Preferably a
two,
citizen?
no, it doesn't matter. Just like we could get married for like a week and a half and divorce, but no, I'm joking.
Just
Marriage
get
is
the
super sacred.
experience.
What was I saying? No, realistically, I don't know if I've ever told this story on the podcast. Maybe I did. Did I ever tell you the story about what happened in a car with me one time?
Yeah.
I told it on the podcast?
Yeah.
Where I got chased?
Chased? No. Oh,
Wait,
I thought it was the cop that like asked y'all like, so what are y'all?
Oh, yeah. That's a whole nother thing that's not even important or neither here nor there. One time, okay, I'm going to tell you this story, right? This is going to stay between us, okay, fans? Okay? No one else listens to this. The person that this happened with does not listen to this. They probably don't even remember I exist, to be fair, okay? Or they do, and they probably think about me every single day. And if you're out there listening, I miss you, and I think we should be in love every single day. Just that's a joke. That's a joke. Just in case they are listening.
Okay.
Can you let them know that I'm fucking around?
Juan is fucking around.
Okay, thank you. Because I don't want no DM like, oh, like I heard you talk about me on your
He's
podcast.
lying.
Yeah, I'm a
He's
liar.
lying.
Okay, I'm a liar. But
He doesn't like you. You might be ugly.
no, all women are beautiful.
Okay.
So one time I was, hanging out with a lady in her car in some like back street, okay? Like some like back alley street. We weren't doing nothing crazy, okay? Like when I tell you guys nothing crazy, like we were kissing. That's it. That's all we were doing. Maybe there were maybe a little hand action here or there, but nothing crazy. Like all clothes on. All clothes absolutely fucking on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing out of the ordinary. I want to paint the picture for you guys. We're just in some back alley street, just doing shit that we're not supposed to really, but like shit that's okay. Like we're just kissing. We're not doing nothing crazy. Like just hanging out, talking. And so we're parked on this back street, car off. A car comes driving towards us, okay? Lights on. So I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers saw us. They're like, oh, no, don't worry. Like he's going to drive past. Bro drives, gets a little past us, hits a fucking U-turn. And that's when I tell the person, I'm like, yo, put the fucking car in drive. Like, let's get the fuck out of here. Like, turn on the car. They're like, oh, no. Like, they're probably not doing that. I was like, bro, he literally just hit a U-turn and parked behind us. Like, there were like 2-3 cars behind us. Like, there was no other cars on the street, just us and this dude. And I was like, bro, just get the fucking car on this fucking drive. Like, no. Bro, when I tell you his lights were on, the dude turns off his car. He opens his door, and that's when the person like turns on the car and we start driving. And then you hear the dude like yelling like, yo, this and that. Like yelling like top of his lungs. Gets back in his car, starts fucking chasing us, bro. Like when I tell you I was in a fucking high speed chase in our fucking city, like I was freaking the fuck out. I was like, is this a cop? Like, no, wait, like he can't be a cop because he would have turned on his lights. You know what I mean? Like he would have pulled us over. But dude was legit chasing us. We ran like 3 stop signs. Mind you, we're in like the back alley streets, so like there's no fucking cars. We ran like 3 stop signs, just fucking kept driving. They were like honking their horn, like yelling out their window, like stop, hey Joe, stop, there's not there. We just kept driving. And then I was like, yo, just go to a populated street. We went to a populated street. Mind you, it was like late as shit, but we went to like a street that actually has like lights and stuff, and we escaped them. And then for the next like month and a half, I thought like a private investigator was gonna come to my door and like arrest me for being like loitering.
Were you making out in a car? Where were you 3 weeks ago on the night of Wednesday at 11:53 a.m.
But that's
p.m.?
What I'm saying. Like I don't do that car shit. Okay, like people will call me vanilla, call me what you want. First of all, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I feel like my danger sense would have just been flaring. Especially, bro, we don't live in a nice city. If somebody parks behind me and it's in the middle of the night, I'm gonna assume we're gonna die.
Yeah.
I don't even care if it's a cop.
Yeah.
I'd rather a ticket.
I'd rather it be. I'd rather it be like I don't like police, but like I'd rather it be a cop. Yeah. I'd much rather it be a cop. In that
and the danger. Oh, you don't know what the fuck. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Y'all could take her. Absolutely.
Go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. She volunteering. She don't want to start the car. Can I just take your car back?
She for the streets, bro. Take.
But bro, like that shit like was driving me insane because I'm I have that fucking alert in me that I'm like, oh no, like something's going on here. There is some danger in these fucking streets, and people will always listen. I'm a handsome young man. I've been prepositioned to do things in a vehicle, and I have declined it multiple times. You know, maybe in a moment of passion, I will say things like, "Oh, I'm down," or like, "Let's go to the back seat." But like, I will never actually mean that.
Once
you know,
you're there, you're like,
let's go back to the front seat.
I want to go back. I gotta go back home.
Yeah, like I get cold feet, and it's a real thing. You know, like. You know how they joke how like when you invite a person over for the first time, they'll like sit on the edge of the bed. And,
so do you send freaky texts and then don't commit to them? Is that something you do? Is that something?
No. I mean every freaky text I send. But the problem that people fail to understand is that like I live at home with my parents. You know what I mean? It's like I think I said this on the pod maybe, but like when I'm at a club, right, and I try to pick up a woman, right. I don't, but let's say like I tried to pick up a girl, right? It can only go as far as kissing unless she has an apartment. Because what am I gonna do? Bring you back to the crib with my parents?
My mommy is sleeping, bro.
My mom's asleep. I can sneak you in and I can bring you into my room where I have freaking anime and posters in it.
You have to jump out the window once it's done.
Yeah, I can bring you into my childhood bedroom that looks like a fucking 15-year-old still lives in it. Actually, my room is actually pretty good right now. It
like
looks
a
adult
car-themed bed.
Bro. And, like, I used to have a twin bed. I have a fucking grown man bed now. But imagine, like, you trying to pick up a girl. First of all, you convince her to come back to the crib with your parents home. And then she comes to your crib and you have a fucking twin bed. Hear me out. There is no reason why, as an adult, you should have a twin bed. I don't care if you sleep alone. It's time to upgrade. Like, we'll start a GoFundMe. We'll start doing something. But...
Bro, start begging, bro. Like, please. Especially, like, bro, you graduate college, you in your 20s, bro, and you still living with a baby bed, bro.
A twin bed is crazy,
That's your first investment. Get you your good sleep, man.
Get a better bed. Get a bigger bed,
bro,
man.
I got a queen bed, and it doesn't feel like enough.
Damn, you're a freak, bro.
Like, I need to be spread out, bro. I like
you spread when you sleep?
Absolutely.
Damn. I kind of, like, don't. I just talk in my sleep a little bit.
Really?
I'm a bit of a sleep talker.
No, like my bed is like a queen bed is massive, but like if
it's
Sophia's,
not.
Yeah, Sophia's staying over and my dog wants to like sleep on the bed too. Oh my god, there is no space to do nothing.
You guys sleep in the same bed?
Yeah.
But you guys aren't married.
So? Taboo.
That is crazy that you admitted that on this podcast, on this God-fearing podcast. Yeah. That's
my bad, bro.
No, that's a real. I didn't know that. I thought you would like sleep on the floor. She sleeps on the.
I would send her to the floor.
Son, you know when I was 15,
that's my bed.
Listen, I had a girlfriend when I was 15. Okay, I was still in high school, and you know she used to come over to my house. I think that's the only girl that ever met my parents. I think it might have been the second person I ever meet my parents. The first one, she met my parents, but then like we stopped talking like the next day. So it was kind of fucking hilarious.
What an interesting dynamic.
Yeah. But the second person to meet my parents was my like actual girlfriend. Like my girlfriend at the time. And one day we could only be in my basement. We weren't allowed in my room, okay? Because like I don't know. They think like I can't do shit in the basement that I can do in my room. I don't fucking know. But we had a pretty big basement. We were in the basement. We had one couch and a TV. And one day, me and my girlfriend at the time were just laying down on the couch, not under the covers, nothing. Like just laying down on the couch, like back to front. You know what I mean? Like her back to my front. But like just laying down, watching a movie instead of sitting straight up, because it was either sit straight up or lay down. So we were just sitting straight up. We were laying down.
Okay.
My mom was like, "Carlos, come upstairs real quick." I was like, "All right." Like, well, what's good? What you need me for? I'm clearly putting in work downstairs. Like, I'm doing my thing. You know, like I'm really talking to this. Like, I'm rizzing her up right now.
Happened.
That's exactly. And then I smacked my mom. No, no. She was like, she fucking cursed me out. She was like, "If I ever see you in my fucking basement ever doing some shit like that again, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. And she could go the fuck home." I was like, "Damn, yo, it's really not that deep." It is not that deep, especially like, bro. My sister had. My parents
crazy amount of boys in the house.
My sister, God bless her, and I love her with all my heart. She had a couple boyfriends growing up, okay? Like she had a boyfriend in middle school that like came over to our house. My sister had a couple boyfriends. I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I'm not implying anything about my sister. I love my sister. She had boyfriends. I'm worse. Like I don't even have a girlfriend, and I'm doing fuck all. You know what I mean? Like I'm doing bullshit in my life.
Avoid that with you.
Yeah, I guess. But my sister had a couple boyfriends, okay? And they would come over, and it was never an issue. And I don't know why. Usually it's the fucking... In my life, everything is fucking opposite. Like, usually it's the man that gets more leeway than the woman, right? Like, in traditional homes, right? Like, the man gets more leeway than the woman. Usually it's like the baby that's more coddled than the grown adult or, like, the grown sibling. In my home, it's the fucking opposite. My sister got... First of all, my parents are very... They're not like most Hispanic parents, I feel like. Because, like, they let us date and they let us do our thing. Like, they were never like, you can't go out, you can't do that. If we misbehaved, yeah. But, like, I know a lot of, like, Hispanic people, like what's it called? Like, controlling-ass parents. That they can't do shit. Like, they can't go out, they can't do this. Mind you, I think my parents only let me go out with no questions because up until 8th grade, I did not go out ever. Because I was just a fucking little nerd who didn't do shit but fucking studied and was in my book.
Holy shit, bro. God damn.
Yeah,
Please.
so when I started going out, like, they were happy. They were like, "Oh, finally." I have a funny story that I don't know if I can share on this podcast yet because I still live at home. But there was one time, right, where, like, my parents really wanted me to go out, right? My parents... I don't know if I could fucking share this story. I just don't know my mom's home, bro. Hold on. This is gonna be a funny cut if my mom is home. Ow!
Damn.
Okay, the coast is clear. Okay, so one time when I was in high school, right?
Yes.
I didn't smoke and drink in high school at all. Like, not even a little bit, right? And then I tried weed one time in my life, okay? The first time I ever tried it. I don't smoke, but I tried it one time, because you're a curious kid, right? How do you know you don't like something until you try it? So I tried it one time, okay? Tried it one time in high school. I don't remember how old I was, but I tried it one time, okay? I know, crazy. I admitted to doing that. I've never said that on the internet, but I did it, okay? That one time I tried it. And I tried it with, like, a family member, okay? Not like an adult, but like someone my age, like a family member my age. And then one of my, like, friends was also there. But, like, we told my mom, like, we were going to, like, I don't know, like, go play pool or something, right? Whatever. So that happened one night. And then the second time, my family member, like, invites me again. He invites me and my friend, right? Because we all grew up together or whatever. And I said, like, oh, like, I didn't really like it. Like, that's not my kind of thing. Like, I don't really want to go. But my friend was like, no, I'm down. So my friend went, okay? And then my mom's, like, cursing me out because she's like, oh, you don't want to hang out with this person. Like, all you want to do is fucking stay home. You're fucking, like, she was like, oh, you never want to go out. You just want to stay home and play your fucking video games. This out there. And I was like, damn, yo, I'm really getting in trouble for not doing drugs right now. Like, I'm really, and I don't think, I don't even understand, like, I don't understand if my parents understand how accessible it is. Like, I used to, like, joke with I don't know if my parents ever had that impression of me that I did drugs, because I just genuinely didn't. Like, I really didn't. I didn't drink until I was, like, 18. But I like you can go to like where we live. Like it's not hard. It's accessible. You know what I mean? Like if I really wanted some, I would go get some. But I just remember like getting yelled at for not going out. That's how like reverse my Hispanic parents are. Where it's like usually you'd get yelled at for going out too much. I got yelled at for staying home instead of going out. They're like, "Oh, all you want to do is stay home," and I'm like. This is like I thought Hispanic people like this shit, bro. Like,
is that the vibe here?
I thought like I got broken parents, bro. Like this is not what that's supposed to be.
Rewire it. Oh, I thought this was gonna be a different thing.
What?
I thought this was because they wanted to. I thought this was because they wanted to have some alone time, and you were ruining their alone time.
I don't know. Maybe that was the case, but I don't know. I just think my parents were never like they didn't really. I don't know. It's just like I've known people with like how were your parents?
They well,
like were they strict in that aspect? Of
yeah,
like,
they didn't like me going out because like I was so sick all the time. They were like,
but even when you were like 15, like in high school,
no, then it was like a little more chill. Like then it was just oh yeah, go out. But like if like you know, I'd be like oh it's 8. You said you would be back at 8. What the fuck is going on? It wouldn't be like a come home now, but it'd be like yo like. Are you alive? Are you good? After that, it's like we're chill. But I do know that there's some parents that are like, damn, bro, you're like
anal about it.
Your kid's like old enough to have children, like, and you're still like, oh, you gotta be home at this certain time. Like they are grown as fuck, bro. Like go let them just enjoy life.
Yeah, I'm 23 now. The only texts I get from my parents are you coming home tonight? Sometimes I don't come home, so that's really the thing. Like they're just like, you coming home today? And I'm like, maybe. Or it'll be like 4 a.m. They'll be like, everything okay? I'll be like. Yep, almost home, and I'll be in like fucking New York, like fucking I don't know, not even close to being home. I'm still like
just
2 hours
straight
away.
lying.
Yeah,
but
I don't know.
Now, there was a point where like my mom would be like, "I'm gonna stay up until you get home," until she was like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, wake up the next morning, like, "Oh yeah, I did not stay up for you. Like I'm glad you're home." Like it used to be a thing where it was like, "Oh, I'm gonna worry about it because like you're my child. I'm gonna worry about it tonight." But I got to the point where I was like, "Bro, if he's dead now, like he's gonna be dead in the morning." So like. I'll figure it out in the morning.
Yeah, I don't know. Hear me out. If you have strict parents, I'm sorry, man. Like, I'm sorry because I just didn't.
You ain't deserve it.
I had strict parents in terms of like academics and shit, but like not like a social life. Like not socially, they weren't strict at all.
And,
like,
and it would be like, bro, like the thing that got me right. I think this is like might have been where like you know my parents understood. Motherfuckers would have me out at a party till like 6 a.m. with family members. And then be like, yeah, let's keep the party going. And we get home the next day when the sun is out. And then like be like, oh, I came back at 1 a.m. Like, what are you doing? Do you not have a house?
Yeah.
You're not gonna know where you live? Like, bro, come on. Like, these parties last forever, bro.
And it's the one thing my mom did do that I don't know if she still does it. Well, I don't really say hi to them when I come back anymore. But like every single time I would come back from somewhere, I would say hi to them.
Why don't you say hi?
Like sometimes, but like if it's like 5 a.m, I'm not gonna wake up my parents to fucking say hi to them.
I thought you just walked past them and not.
No, well, my room is before their room.
I understand, anyway. But the way you made it seem,
no,
you just don't say hi to your
parents. If they're in the fucking living room, I'll say what's up.
What's up?
I'll go and give them a kiss, bro. But my mom, when I was like in high school, or like even like early college, I'll say, or like mostly in high school though. Like I would go home and like say hi to her, because in high school I wasn't coming home at 4 a.m. Like I was coming home like at midnight, 1, so they were probably still awake. She would like hug me, but hold me and sniff me, and she'd be like, "Bro, oh my god, I just spit everywhere." You know what used to like, bro? I don't. When I tell you I don't do drugs, I don't do drugs. Like I don't do. She'd smell.
Make sure,
bro. She would grab me, sniff me, like hard as fuck. You smell like marijuana, and I'm like, oh yeah, people were smoking at the party, and then. They'd be like, you weren't smoking, right? I'm like, I don't smoke. Like or even that. Like I remember one time I went to like a hotel party when I was like 17, and I didn't smoke, but like they were smoking like the hotel bathroom, okay? And my jacket was like in the closet next to the hotel bathroom, and my jacket fucking reeked, and I was like, oh, this is the worst. Like I didn't even do nothing bad, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this shit because I don't smoke. Like I just don't do drugs. Like
yeah, at this point, like. I know it's happened. I got yelled at. I think it was like one, not AC. Maybe it was AC. Trip? Yeah.
You're 22.
Bro, no, but like, bro, it's like nobody wants the car smelling like.
Oh, your car smelled?
Yeah, it did.
Really?
And I was like, oh my god, man, this is insane.
How?
Well, maybe I don't think it was AC. I think no, it wasn't. I think we did go like when we went to Wind Creek one time. When we came back and he was like, bro, what the fuck? And I was like, yeah, bro, like whoever got an addiction, deal with that later. Like if you're in my car, like none of that's happening. I don't care if it's out the window, in here. If you think you can hold it in,
You
throw
talking
it in
about
your
like a
jacket.
jewel or like straight up like weed?
Either or.
Really? They can smell like a
That shit
nicotine
stays.
stick?
That shit stays in
I
the
feel like it
car,
doesn't
bro.
stay.
Nah, man.
I think
that
your
shit-
parents are just nitpicking. Like they saw you nervous and they knew to attack.
No, why would I be nervous? I don't care.
I don't know, bro. I
Like,
don't
bro,
know,
not
bro.
your car. not
I
your
swear
car.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Nah, bro.
What
Well, I
was
told
it?
him, I was like, bro, like you can believe me now. I didn't do that shit.
Yeah.
But-
And that's the thing. Like, I got to the age where I'm like,
That's-
I don't give a fuck. They believe me because like I know the
Yeah,
real,
yeah. So
and I know that I don't do this
that's my
shit.
thing. Like I know for me, I wouldn't host any house events because of motherfuckers that like.
Really?
That, yeah, I don't want that shit in my area.
I
at
just
all.
used to find it so like when we were younger, right? I just used to find it so disrespectful when like in high school, like people would come over and be like high or something,
Mhm.
and I would literally tell people before they come over, I'm like, yo, if you're high, like don't come to my house. Like,
That's
I
exactly
don't,
yeah. That's
I
exactly
don't want you at my crib. If you're, and it's not even like to be a dickhead, but it's like, yo, like my parents live here. Like like be respectful of like my parents too, because like they don't fuck with that shit. They don't play that
That's
shit,
exactly why.
and it's gonna reflect on me too. And like if you want to stay friends with me, like like that's like important. Like that you not come to my house like smelling either like smoke or being high off. Bro, one time
or
I had
that being the plan.
bro, I had a friend one time who bought edibles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who bought edibles. He in high school there was a point where everybody was eating edibles all the time. I don't know why. Okay, not me because I didn't do that shit. Okay, I want to put it out there that I did not do that shit. But if you did, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care if you did. But I'm just saying, like, I didn't do that shit. And I used to tell people like not to do that shit at my crib because like my parents were nice enough to always let people come over. My fucking house was always full of people because people were always over my house. Like my friends literally became an extension of my family. They would come over even when I wasn't there. Like they would talk to my parents. If they left something, they would come talk to my parents, grab it. So it's just like as a respect and like don't do that shit in my crib. I had a friend eat 2 edibles, like 2 full brownies. Geeked
a lot?
out of yes.
Okay.
For those of you that understand, like 2 full ones. Okay, I'm doing emotion with my hands. Geeked out of his fucking mind. Like where he looked like crazy. He started throwing up crazy in my bathroom, like puking the edible because he reacted poorly in his stomach. I don't know what it was, but I was like, bro. And we were like in there like cleaning it and shit, and I'm like this is why.
I think for me, right? I would not want any of that in my house just because like I have so many family members that like it's not even weed. It's just they get drunk out of their fucking mind.
Yeah.
And I hate dealing with intoxicated people. And now I just hate people that are like like geek too. Now it's like it gets annoying. Like for me, it gets annoying. It's like, I don't
Being
want
the
to
only
deal with
sober one is yeah.
Yeah. I just don't fuck with it. It's like what like it's not even like oh like what are you fucking doing? It's just like I don't want that shit near me. It gets annoying.
Yeah, I don't care. Sometimes like if I see my friends like too geeked, it does make me a little sad. Like the other day, I saw one of my friends. And he was like a little too geeked out of his mind. It was just off like weed or whatever. But I was just like, oh, like this made me really sad. Like I can't believe like I'm looking at you. Like I felt like I shouldn't be watching them.
Mm-hmm.
And it like felt like irresponsible. Even though like I wasn't even with them when they did that. Because if they do that type of shit, I'm not around because I just don't participate in it. But I'm like saying that so much on this pod. I sound like a fucking cop. But like. I just don't like to be there when they're like doing that shit. And not that I don't think it's bad. Like. In any means, but I think anything is bad. Like, I think anything is bad in excess. I think like within moderation, everything is fine. Like you should, but it's also like it's just a respect thing. Like if you're like if I'm inviting you to my house, if it's my house, I don't give a fuck. Like come however you want. Like I don't care, but it's my parents' home, so it's like a different type of like respecting. Like be respectful of my parents, be respectful of their space. Because if this was my space, like I don't give a fuck. Like you could hit your like. Your thing in my car. You can't roll up a fucking blunt and smoke in my vehicle. But if you have a little pen or whatever, I'll let you do whatever you want. That doesn't like have lingering effects on me.
That's interesting because I feel like that became an extension of me as well. So like it's like at first it was like they don't like it, but it's like I don't really fuck with that either. So
Yeah.
I don't like just out of respect for me. Don't do it like in my spaces. That's why it's like like in my car, my house or whatever, my apartment.
How would you react if you found out like your son is smoking weed?
I mean, I feel like I wouldn't. Yeah, you can't really. You can only advise, right?
Yeah.
But like, if it gets to a point where like, bro, motherfucker was like, oh yeah, like I can't eat without it.
Well,
like, bro,
you
need
won't
help.
know.
Right. Come on, man.
I mean, I think
If you're living with somebody, you could tell when
I
the
think
fuck
we're
they're
hip
geeked
enough.
out of the mind.
But like, you don't know what kids are gonna be doing like 10 years from now, or like
Crack.
15. But I'm not even talking about like the type of drug, but just like how they like intake it, like how good like eye
Should go
drops
up
get
their
or
ass
some
crack.
shit. You know what I mean? You don't know.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I always told my parents like I never did it just because of like I was scared to. First of all, being undocumented, I was always scared about that shit. And like I told my parents that the other day, and they're like, "That's such a ridiculous reason." I'm like, "That's literally why I never did drugs." Because like I was scared that they were gonna grab me and deport me. Like they're gonna be like, "You smoked weed one time in your life. You're going to jail. You're getting deported." And that's why I never did drugs. Because I was too scared of deportation. Like that's literally why I never did drugs. If I was a citizen, oh my god, bro, maybe I would have been a geek monster. Okay, maybe I would have been a geek monster. But I would be upset if I found out my like 14-year-old is smoking weed. I would
my God, what if
I would
your
be very upset.
nephew?
But it depends. Like I'm not mad at somebody being curious and trying it. Like if you're like 15 and you're like, yo, like all my friends are doing it, like I'm really curious what this is like, and you try, like that's cool. But like I wouldn't want my son doing it. I just wouldn't want them doing it. As much as people say it's like not harmful or anything, it's like cigarettes. I'm like, yeah, but I wouldn't want my kid smoking cigarettes either. I wouldn't want my kid drinking because it's like, oh, but it's better than alcohol. And I'm like, yeah, I don't want my kid drinking at 15 either. You know what I mean? If they want to do it, I think if they want to do it, they can start at like
When
in
they're a
college.
grown man.
After like in college, not in high school. I like realistically before high school, I want me personally, I wouldn't want my kids doing that shit. But we're still far away from kids and like that type of shit. But you know what Kevin's not that far away from? A wedding.
What? Oh, holy fuck, bro! My heart sank.
What did you want to talk about?
I feel like you were just putting it into existence that I was gonna have a kid. I was like, no.
Oh no.
A wedding. Oh yeah, that's another thing that happened this weekend.
Wait, what do you
Which is
mean
so
it happened
interesting.
this weekend?
Like, well, learned a little bit more about marriage.
Speak up. You've been whispering all podcast.
Am I still whispering?
Yes, you're whispering.
I feel like your room is
No,
loud as hell.
You're whispering.
Okay. Anyway,
You're
this
whispering.
weekend, I found out what eloped means. I did not know what that word meant.
I found out like to be fair, I only found out last year because my friend got eloped with his wife, and he sent me a picture. He was like, "Oh, by the way, we got eloped." And then I sent him a screenshot of me Googling the word eloped, and I was like, "Congratulations!"
Like me, I don't ask questions, you know? Like once something happens, I'm just like, damn. So for me, the way eloped sounds, I thought they killed
Wait, you know
themselves.
someone who got married?
No. I'm just saying like, well,
Oh
yes,
wait, how did you
yes.
find out?
Because talking about his brother who was
Oh
eloped.
wait, can you say that though?
Yeah,
Because if
why
they got
not?
married in secret, maybe he doesn't want that.
If it's cut out, it's because they wanted it cut out. If it's not cut out, then whatever. We'll keep going. So anyway, I was just like,
Okay.
it was eloped, and then he was like, and then I was just like, what does that mean? And it was like, that means they got married in secret, and that makes so much more sense now because like the reason I thought like I thought when somebody eloped when a couple eloped, it means they killed themselves.
I don't know how you thought that.
Bro, because I've never met an eloped couple.
What do you mean? It's not like necessarily like secret. It just means like
They got married in secret. But like I've never like this is why the chain of events happened. I've never met somebody that got eloped. I've never met somebody that went through elope. So like whenever somebody was like, oh, they got eloped, they didn't even sound like they didn't say it in like a happy tone. So I was like, damn, rest in peace. I didn't know what was happening. Like it's I don't know. That's interesting.
but they still tell people that they're married. Like people still know that they're married. They
yes,
just
but
didn't have
in
like
my
a ceremony.
but in my life I've never
Every
heard of
single couple
anybody.
you know has been married in a traditional wedding.
I think so. Yeah. And like my family, yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
You're Hispanic. Maybe they do that type of shit.
Yeah. But you know, it's very interesting, like the different dynamics of marriage. Like the like you can really customize your wedding. That's really cool. Like you can have nobody straight up get eloped. You have a small wedding, have a big wedding. What would you want a big wedding?
I think so.
You want a big wedding?
I would like a lot of like I don't know a lot of people, but I know a lot of like family friends that are like extension of my family now that I would like to have there. I have a lot of friends that oh man, I don't want to even go off on a tangent, but maybe I'll talk about it after this topic, or we'll talk about it on the next podcast.
Why? What is it?
I just want to say like, because like sometimes I find myself saying that like I don't have a lot of friends, but then like I have a lot of friend groups, but also I I do this thing in my life where I think I'm way closer to people than I actually am. I don't know if it's because I'm a narcissist. Probably that I think I read that that's a narcissistic tendency or whatever.
They got him.
Maybe, but it's like there's a lot of times where like I put a lot into relationships, not expecting anything back, but in my head I'm like, oh, me and this person are way better friends than like me and this person are not actually friends the way I think we're friends. Like the best example is like I have a friend who I think he's a very, very close friend of mine. And I also think he believes I'm a close friend of his. But like one time we were talking, he was like, Juan, we've only known each other for like a year, really. And I was like, really? Because like we've known each other since high school. But he's like, yeah, but we've only really like talked. Like if you think about all the time we've been talking, like it's probably been like not even a year. And I was like, I guess, but like, and then I was just like, damn, maybe we're not that close. Maybe we're not as close as like.
Maybe you're not coming to the wedding.
But that's the thing too. Like as crazy as this might sound, relationships can be one-sided. Like maybe I confide in them way more than they confide in me, or maybe
I
like
think so, yeah.
and not that I value it more than they value it, but maybe like I just look at friendships. For me, a lot of times like a friendship is for life. Like it'll take a lot for me to like fall out with somebody. So for in my eyes, when I am like friendly with somebody, that's it. Like this is for life now. Not that like we have to be best friends for life. That's not what I mean. But it's like, oh, like you're good now. Like in my whole life, you're gonna be good. Like you're like in my eyes, you're a friend. You know what I mean? Okay. Not a friend that I would invite to a wedding, but that's like you're thing. A friend.
Yeah, like I would not want a big wedding, bro.
No,
because like I know I feel like if I like really sit down and try to list people, I can probably invite a lot of fucking people, and that's gonna be a fat fucking check to pay to whatever wedding venue and whatever. And I don't want to do that. Like for me personally, I feel like I don't even want a ceremony. Like I feel like I would want to get eloped. That's my thing. But like I don't think like like this is something you have to talk with your partner, because I feel like on her side they want to invite everybody. That's how it usually goes.
But a lot of people get eloped and then still have a ceremony. Getting like the actual marriage, like you have to go to the courthouse to actually get married. A lot of the times.
Okay.
Or like you got a wedding certificate.
Yeah, but no, I wouldn't want that. And I would also have a strict wedding. Like for me, in my wedding, no kids. That's how I'd be.
I don't know if no kids.
No, no kids. Well, not even my kids.
I told my like my brother-in-law one time, I was like, oh, when I have a wedding, like of course you're gonna bring like my niece and nephew. He was like, no, I want to have a good time. Like
exactly.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, that's fair. That's fair
like,
too, I guess.
Like I know people get mad at that. That's something that's happened even in my family. Where it's like, well, you decided to like have 6 kids. We don't want none of them here. Or like not us, but like some family. We don't want the kids. Like, oh, then we're not going. Okay.
Then I'll go.
Yeah, less money for us. Like for me, right? For me, when planning a wedding, I would hate to pay for people and then be like, oh, the wedding was good, but the chicken was mid. Oh my god, man, that shit would piss me the fuck off, bro. Like, please have a good time, cause like this shit is about to get expensive. Cause if anything's a scam, it's wedding venues.
What I mean, I worked at a wedding venue for years. It's a very expensive.
Are so
people take out loans to get married.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, people take out loans to get married. It's really insane, and the amount like per plate is insane. Most of the weddings that I worked at, well, I worked there for like 2 years, most of them were like no kids, and I used to like be of that mindset. It's like, damn, that's fucked up, you're not inviting kids. But I really do understand that in the aspect of damn, yo, like let the adults have fun too, because like if you're taking care of like your newborn all night, you're not gonna have a good time.
Even that,
you're not even gonna get fucked up. Like I want people to get fucked up the way people got fucked up at my graduation party. People got fucking shit faced. People that I've never seen drink before in their lives got shit faced at my graduation party. So fun. And not that you need alcohol to have fun. Again, I said this on the last pod, but I'm repeating, you don't need alcohol to have fun. But it's so fun seeing people fun. You know what I mean? Like seeing people have a good time like that. Okay. But I think I would like a pretty big wedding. I just don't like.
But this is okay. Why? Do you know why? Like, do you have a reason why, or it's just
because it's beautiful to share things with a group of people. And it's not even for validation, but it's nice to let people into your life that way. And I'm already like a pretty like secretive person. Like people don't really know what's ever going on with me. Like that's a thing that I'm discovering about myself this past like year. That like I'm really not that open as I thought I was, I guess. And
I had to find out that way.
But I found out like it's not just you though. Like you did open my eyes a little bit, but it has been a thing where even with like that friend that told me like, Juan, we've been friends for a year, I'm like thinking, I think I overshare, but realistically like I don't tell people about myself all that much. And even like the people that like I talk to often, it's like it's all like very I won't say superficial, but it's very like surface level conversation, you know what I mean? And not that you need to know someone's deepest darkest traumas to really know them, but it is like, I don't know, something that you tell somebody that you're like very close to.
That's interesting. I don't know. For me, right? The wedding is for me and my partner, not for everybody else. That's the main reason why I wouldn't want a big wedding, just cuz I don't want to worry about hanging out with everybody, making sure everybody's good, cuz I will not care. I do not care if you're having a bad time, because I will have a good time.
No, but it's your wedding, so everyone's going to be catering to you. And if you have people, like, that's the thing, like, you just don't interact with the people that are being annoying. Like, realistically, I'm not going to...
Of course. But, like, no, I don't know. I feel like that would still, like, put me in, like, a damn, like...
Bro,
because, like, a wedding would have to be, like, this has to be perfect. So, I don't know. I just don't think I would want to worry about that. And also, just from hearing... other people's stories of like, oh yeah, it was like our wedding, but I barely saw my partner. That sounds fucking ass.
I don't know. I think I've just gotten. I think maybe I got it from my father, but like I'm really good at not putting up with people's bullshit a lot of the time. So like sometimes like people will like be running their mouth about certain shit, and I'm just like cutting.
That's
them
my
off.
thing. Yeah, like I would just send them. Like, yeah, go home. Like,
not even go home, but I'll just.
No, I would send them home.
But I just know how to like ignore it to the point where it's like they're just speaking to themselves.
Oh no, I can't do that. I would need to have you out of my sight.
No. But I'm not saying I'm interacting with this. If this person like if it's my wedding day and someone's like shitting on like the wedding,
I understand.
I'm not. But I just.
But they're still in the area. Like I'm gonna send them away. Like go home, please leave.
Yeah.
Get escorted out.
But I would just tell them to shut the fuck up, realistically. But I also listen. You know those people. You know what I mean? Like, you know the people that are going to be, like, annoying on your wedding day. You know the people that are going to have a good time. So just try to be around the people that are going to have a good time. Because realistically, if you have a big wedding, right? If you have, like, a more, like, traditional, like, Hispanic wedding where you're inviting, like, relatives on relatives on relatives.
That's like
you're going to have, like...
a shit time.
No. You're going to have a good...
I'm just speaking from, like, me personally.
Okay, but you're going to have people there that you might not necessarily like all that much.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly why. That's why like I'm not like that's my thing. I'm not getting convinced by anybody on my side. I can't like for my partner, you know, y'all have to invite whoever y'all want. Like I can't be like, no, don't invite this person, don't invite this person.
But you can also,
of course,
because it's your wedding. If it's like someone that's like threatened to kill you or something, I feel like you have a say in like them going.
I don't know if I want them there.
Yeah. Like, but why? He's so nice. Like, oh, you trying to stab me at the last family party.
Nah, man. But I just fuck. You made me lose my train of thought. No, I feel dumb.
But
okay, yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'm not getting gaslit or getting convinced to invite somebody that I don't want there. I'm like, bro, I'm not inviting this third cousin that like I haven't spoken to since birth. Like,
yeah, I have a lot of family friends that I know would try to give a lot of input, but I'm really good at just being like, I don't want your input. My mom hates me for it, but it's like I don't know if I don't know why I said this so much today on the podcast, but it's. When my family from Uruguay came here for the first time and they were like asking me certain things and they saw me interact with like certain people, they were like, wow, because I'm very blunt. Like if I don't want to do something, like I'm just straight up like, I don't want to do this. Like, no, that's not happening here.
Yeah. So, I feel like that's such a, I don't know if it's a culture shock or just like a family shock. I feel like it happens a lot with family. It's like
familiar shock, I guess.
Like, you're not going to do what I say because I'm like your uncle?
You're not going to drop everything in your entire life so you can take me to the supermarket right now? Like, hey, no, I'm not taking you to the supermarket. Like, I don't care.
Because I don't want to.
Oh, can you take off of work tomorrow to do it? No, I can't. You can no. You know.
But then I'm going to have to take off work. No, but if you want to.
Yeah. But yeah, I can already imagine. That's the thing. I think I don't know, bro. Like
that's like I know for me. I know now you're thinking about it. Right?
Thinking about like my mom giving input at my wedding. I can already like see it. My mom's a wedding planner. Like she does parties and she's a party planner.
I feel like no. My parents are very chill, especially my dad. He's just gonna tell people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, my dad won't care. My dad will be good. But I can see my mom like giving in the.
I feel like my mom would get worried and like make sure everybody's having a good time. I feel like that'd piss me off.
Nah, I don't know. I need a girlfriend, bro.
Why? Why would that change the outcome?
Because I don't want to get married now.
Oh, you want to see what it's like? Just see. You want to see if your vision is true.
I just want to like be in a happy relationship.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad.
Maybe, kind of. But yeah, the more listen, bro, this is therapy for me, bro. Because the last time you said like I just want the perfect woman, and like in my head I think it's true. Like now you've kind of convinced me that I just want the perfect girl, and there are certain I say I don't have a type, but like low key like
the type is perfect.
The type isn't perfect, but it's like certain things that I'm like oh I could really see myself with you, or like. Certain things I don't know, bro.
They all start having the same features.
Yeah, like that's the problem. Like everyone, I don't know, bro. I don't even want to like get too deep. I'm not getting married for the next like 20 years. It looks like, bro.
Then after that, because I was having that conversation with my girlfriend. And after that, it spawned, because I don't know where it came from, but I was like, we were talking about like, oh, like afterwards, it's like anniversaries and like celebrating anniversaries and stuff, and I was saying how like, oh, like on my anniversary, I don't want, like if we have kids, like I don't want to see my kids on my anniversary. And then she was like, I felt like a villain. She was like, why? Like, why don't you want to see your kids? I was like, because fuck them. Like realistically, like this day is about me and you. Like it's not them. It's like, yeah, but they're part of our life. It's like, okay, like if we ever do like a family gathering, we gotta invite everybody because they're part of the family. Like no. That's like my, like I'm gonna leave the kids with the grandparents or whatever, and then we're gonna go do whatever. And it's just like that's the break.
I don't know. You say that now because you don't have kids, but I feel like that'll change. Because for my parents' 30th anniversary, I told him like, oh, I'll pay for you guys to go have dinner somewhere. And he's like, why would I go somewhere without you? You're my son. And I'm like, oh,
they're too integrated, man.
They love me too much. Like my parents care about me.
See, fuck. Maybe I'll be like, oh, thank you so much. That'd be so great.
Yeah, I told him I was like, bro, like I'll just buy your dinner. Like go wherever you want. Just take my card. I'll pay for it.
Yeah, I remember getting mad at my dad because he was like, oh, we're gonna go out for our anniversary. I was like, do you want to come with us? Why would I want to go with you? It's your fucking anniversary.
That's
bro.
what I told him. But it's like, but you're part of my family. I don't want to do anything
like,
with my kids.
This is your anniversary. Like I don't know. Like that just doesn't make sense in my head. It's like, don't you just want to spend with like time with your partner?
But you say that now because even
no,
like
it's not.
No,
bro,
yes it is because
not.
even on vacation, like my parents like went on vacation together, and they were like, we had a good time. They said they had a great time, but it was like they were like, damn, but like we really like missed you guys. Like
it's because they're too integrated, man.
Because they have fucking kids. You don't get it because you don't have kids.
It's true.
But hear me out. If we're in a relationship, we're celebrating the yearlies. Not no weekly shit. I'm not doing the 1 month, 2 month anniversary shit. No. We are getting the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. And after year 5, it's every 5 years. So now we're doing year 5, year 10, year 15. After 15, we're not celebrating again until year 30. Okay?
Wow. You know what? That's so solid.
that is great.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, I was like, bro, oh my God, it's really like it's our anniversary of when we met. It was like, I don't fucking remember that.
not fuck that when we met shit. It's only when we started dating.
This is the anniversary of our first kiss. It's like, bro, I do not remember this shit, man.
Listen,
I don't even remember when we got together.
Listen, I'll give you guys first month because first month is cute, right? I'll even give you 6 months, but I'm not doing our 3 month anniversary.
1.5?
I'll send the text. I'll send the text. I'll be like, oh, we've been together for 3 months. But after we've been together for 2 years, oh, we've been together 25 months. Like, let's get reasonable here. Let's get reasonable here. I don't know, man. This podcast has been a doozy.
They're very interesting.
Listen.
So you would want your kids at your anniversary? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know because I don't have kids. Maybe when I have kids, I'll feel that way. I want to participate in everybody's lives as much as possible because I'm a people pleaser and it's the fucking worst thing in the world. If my kid told me, hey, Dad, you don't need to take me, I'd be like, shut your bitch ass up. I tell you what to do. You're my son. You're going to come with me whether you like it or not.
What a great way to
And that's the other way. And that's how we're going to end this fucking podcast. Thank you guys for hearing us out. Don't hit your kids. Don't discipline your kids. I'm not gonna hit my kid. I'm just gonna talk to them.
Oh yeah,
like
verbally abused, bro. Verbally abused.
No. I'm just gonna
smack him, bro.
I'm gonna talk to him like an adult.
Smack her. Too.
I love them.
Body slam them.
Listen.
Throw them.
Thank you guys for hearing us out. This has been HMO the podcast.
Goodbye.
See you next week.
Kiss your kids goodnight. Mwah.